Hi, and welcome to the lesson on how to use GoalSeek in Excel. Today we'll be using a hopefully fun example as a way to illustrate the powers of GoalSeek. So, a lot of times when I hear the news that someone won the lottery or a lottery winner went broke, I say, how does that happen? Like, how much money, could I live on for the rest of my life so I didn't have to work anymore? So we'll see how hard it is to live on a lottery earning. But ultimately, starting with this calculator, you have the lottery one. Let's say our lottery was for $1 million. Sounds like a lot of money. $1 million is enough for me to live on. But first, you have to think of taxes. So let's be generous and say taxes are 30%. Now, how many friends do you have? I have 5 friends. I'm a decently lonely guy. But then you also have to think about how many friends I forgot I have. We all know that people come out of the woodwork after you win the lottery. So let's say I have 55 friends I never knew I had before. I'm suddenly a very popular guy. It's going to be exciting. And then on top of that, how much on average you have to give these friends or how much they're going to ask for. So let's say I don't give everyone money. I give some people a little more, some people a little less. Let's say on average I give $5,000 to each of my friends. So the money I have left after the lottery and taxes and giving money away to my friends, my hard-earned money away to my friends, I have $400,000 left. Now that sounds pretty good, but let's say I just want to live off the interest rate. So what's interest rate? Let's say it's 4% APR. That says I have $16,297 to live off annually if I want to survive just on the interest alone for the rest of my life. So um, the issue here is $16,000 isn't a lot of money. Maybe I can squeak by if I moved a more remote area and lived off bologna sandwiches. But I want to live the decadent life. I just won the lottery. So one way to say is how much if I could get this up to a certain value. Let's say $70,000 I could live comfortably for the rest of my life. Well, that's a perfect example of when you use GoalSeek. So ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to find GoalSeek in the ribbon. Again, you can search for it in the help, but if you think back to our beginner lesson, GoalSeek is something to do with the data. So we're going to go to the data tab, and then a GoalSeek is a what if analysis. So it's under this button right here. As I drop it down, you see GoalSeek right there. So what GoalSeek does, and I'll bring this a little bit more center screen, is it says set value C to a certain value by changing another cell. So if I'm unable to change the tax rate because I have no control over the government, I'm going to enjoy all the friends I'm getting, so I'm going to keep my friends and the money I'm giving them equal. And I know I can't get much more than 4% in today's market. I want to see how much I have to win a lottery for, so I even know whether it's worth it to play to live off this. So set cell B9, or the annual salary. I want to set it to 70,000. So I'll type in 70,000 there by changing the lottery cell. So B2. So if that's set up correctly, I click OK. It runs for a bit. It says the target was 70,000, the current value is 70,000. I say OK. It turns out I have to win a lottery for $2.9 million to be comfortable and live for the rest of my life just on the interest. So now I know not to play any of those high pay scratchers because they're just not worth it.